Hi guys. In this video, we will be sharing with you how to secure your WordPress site. If you have other recommendations, please let us know in the comments below. Number 21 is not properly moderating comments. Your brand's reputation could be damaged by spam comments. Inexperienced bloggers sometimes have their blogs set up to automatically post all new comments without moderation, which is a mistake. You have no idea what kind of malware or low-quality sites people are linking to in their spam comments. This could have a negative impact on your website's search engine rankings and reputation. All of your WordPress sites should have comment moderation enabled at all times. If you'd like to require that a comment be manually vetted, go to Settings, then click on Discussion, and tick the box next to a comment must be manually approved option. Finally, you must make it a habit to review and accept comments on your website. This is a necessary step. Number 20 is not removing a default favicon. A favicon is included by default in the vast majority of WordPress themes. Remove it and replace it with a custom favicon that best represents your brand. Your website will appear untrustworthy and amateurish if you don't. Most website owners use their company's logo or other identification to distinguish their site from the competition. This is because browser tabs and bookmarks will display the favicon. At a glance, visitors will recognize the site's logo. When you hear the word Facebook, what image does it conjure up in your mind? Number 19 is forgetting to remove WordPress demo content. Theme and demo content are pre-installed. In some WordPress themes, there is nearly always a content demo for a page, post, remark, or even a tag/category. This is a common WordPress mistake that must be avoided at all costs. The demo content is not removed or altered. Once a website has been developed, there's a good chance that over time, your website's demo content will be indexed and show up in search results without your knowledge. Make certain that all of the demo content has been edited or removed before launching your site. Number 18 is not optimizing your images for web. Images are essential to creating a website that is both visually appealing and user-friendly. However, the file size of these formats is more than that of plain text. Your website speed will be negatively impacted if you don't optimize your photographs before uploading them. Always save your photographs with a web optimization setting before submitting an image. You can minimize its file size using Photoshop, GIMP, a free alternative, or other online programs. Number 17 is not being mobile friendly. Since more people are using mobile devices to access the internet, it's critical that your website works on all major browsers and screen sizes, regardless of whether they are using a 24-inch widescreen display or a 5-inch portable device to browse your website. WordPress themes are now more mobile friendly than they were a few years ago. However, it's never a bad idea to keep an eye on things and double-check everything. A website's mobile component might be ruined by outdated plugins or defective code, which exposes you to criticism for not following WordPress development best practices. Number 16 is not using posts and pages properly. In some cases, inexperienced WordPress users may use posts to create important website pages. In the same way, some users mistakenly utilize pages for articles when they should be using posts. After a while, many people come to realize that they've made a mistake. Static pages, such as about, contact, and privacy policies, are best served by pages. When it comes to material that is constantly updated, posts are the best option. Number 15 is too many theme changes. Having a website that is always looking new, clean, and fresh is something we all desire when it comes to frequent theme changes. However, the opposite is true. You may rest assured that your design and appearance will be revitalized. On the other side, switching between different themes can have an impact on your search engine rankings. and confuse Google's web crawlers. The temptation remains. But remembering that no theme is perfect can help alleviate some of your anxiety about the process. Number 14 is you ignored SEO. Every time you're working on a website, you should think about SEO, implementing analytics, ensuring proper keyword and phrase usage, and assuring your site's performance and structure are all part of this. As a result of SEO, your website will be more visible to search engines. WordPress has built-in SEO capabilities, as well as other plugins that can be used. If you're going to optimize a website for search engines, make sure to use all of the available methods. This is a common WordPress mistake that can have long-term effects on your site's traffic and brand exposure if neglected. Number 13 is not using categories and tags properly. A post's category is a way to categorize it. Consider these the main topics of your WordPress site's content. The hierarchical nature of categories allows subcategories to be created. When it comes to tags, they're more like the index page. If your website were a filing cabinet, tags would serve as the file folder labeling on each folder. Those tags will not be shown in any way in our article. However, they do assist our blog visitors locate this post in relevant searches. WordPress posts must be placed under a category, but tags are optional. This is a key distinction between tags and categories. Unless you specify otherwise, WordPress will place your posts in the default category, even though it's labeled uncategorizable. This category can be improved by renaming it to other or miscellaneous. Number 12 is skipping updates. It's best to keep your website up to date with the latest version of WordPress, even if it is working with previous versions. It's easy to make this mistake, but the consequences can be dire, because these upgrades not only address speed and design issues, but also security holes that hackers can exploit. As soon as the hackers get inside, they can do anything from deleting or defacing a website, to stealing credit card information or building linkages to other websites. Number 11 is using weak passwords. Choosing a strong password is one of the most critical WordPress recommendations you'll find. Remember to include uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters when creating a password that is difficult to guess. Consider changing your WordPress password whenever you want. Putting all of the above together will make your website far more secure and less vulnerable to attacks. Number 10 is installing excessive plugins. The ease with which plugins may be added is one of the reasons WordPress is so powerful. This, on the other hand, has the potential to produce significant problems. The first problem is that the quality of these plugins varies widely in their development and implementation. There are many poorly built plugins and themes that slow down your website and introduce HTML difficulties. In addition to slowing down the site and lowering user experience, these plugins frequently load a large number of scripts, CSS files, pictures, and font files. It doesn't matter how effectively your websites are coded. If the functionality they provide and any external resources they load still require processing power, which slows down your websites. Number 9 is not setting up Google Analytics. Integrating Google Analytics with your WordPress website is essential in terms of comprehensive visitor metrics, browser interactions, page load times, and many other factors. Google Analytics is a must-have for any website owner or manager. However, it is commonly overlooked by website designers. Analytics can help you improve your site's search engine rankings by integrating with other Google search and indexing technologies. Number 8 is not choosing the right URL structure or permalinks. Permalinks, as the name suggests, are URLs that are human readable and intended to be permanent. URLs with variables like index.php !@ equal 5632 and pg equal 11. As websites became more complex and database driven, when creating a permalink, slugs are used, which are short groups of important keywords. Hence, a permalink URL such as example.com/blog/digital-marketing is more comprehensible to us than a random string of numbers or IDs. It's critical that you pick the right structure for your website's permalinks. It might have a significant impact on the number of visitors to your site. In your WordPress admin dashboard, click on Settings, then Permalinks, and select a URL structure. That includes your article name and the URL. Number 7 is didn't set up a contact form. Your website's contact page is a critical component. Every website has one, which is why you'll see them everywhere. If you have a contact page on your website, potential customers can get in touch with you. If you don't have a contact form on your website, your visitors won't be able to get in touch with you, which could result in missed opportunities. Number 6 is using poorly coded themes. There are a few things to keep in mind, regardless of whether you have a theme designed by yourself, purchased from a vendor, or obtained for free from the WordPress directory. As you choose a theme, keep these things in mind. Is it the work of a well-known developer? Is there any help available for this theme? Is it possible to get regular updates? What services does it provide? Number 5 is not implementing backups. Most websites are vulnerable to a variety of incidents, including hacking attempts and accidental damage. Automatic backups are your best defense against data breaches of this nature. When a hack occurs, you may be able to restore a previous version of your website in order to get back in the game. Depending on how often you make changes to your website, you may want to run a backup more frequently. But at the very least, you should do it once a week. In the event of a compromise that remains unnoticed for a period of time, you can keep backups for several months to allow us to restore from a previous clean backup. But if you don't utilize the backups, you must remove them. They'll take up a lot of space if they don't. Number 4 is overlooking security. We understand that increasing WordPress security can be intimidating for those who have never done so before. Your backups are the first line of defense against any WordPress attack. Keep in mind that nothing is 100% safe. You can quickly restore your WordPress site if you have a backup. There are many free and commercial WordPress backup plugins. Once the backups are complete, we can move on to configuring the WordPress security plugin. The default plugin settings are adequate for most websites and do not need to be changed. The vast majority of WordPress hacking attempts make use of stolen login credentials by employing passwords that are unique to your website and email addresses that use the domain of your website. You may make this more difficult using a password manager like LastPass. You can store your password. Last but not least, regular WordPress upgrades are vital. If you want to keep your site safe and secure, the WordPress core, plugins, and theme must all be up to date. Number 3 is omitting an XML sitemap. It's crucial to have an XML sitemap, since it helps search engines identify and crawl all of your pages, especially for large websites. To be specific, those buried deep with few links heading in their direction. You'll need to use a plugin to get this essential feature, which isn't currently included in WordPress. There are a lot of plugins that can dynamically construct your XML sitemap. Each time you add, change, or delete pages, articles, and media, the Yoast plugin is one of the plugins that can perform this task. Number 2 is buying more than what you need. You'll need a domain name and WordPress hosting in order to get your WordPress website up and running. Registrars often try to offer additional services in order to make a profit. Inexperienced business owners find this confusing. The add-on services may offer privacy protection, additional email accounts, security services, and other options. All of this may be avoided, allowing you to put your savings into expanding your company. The services can be purchased from your hosting company if you subsequently decide you need them. Number 1 is choosing the wrong WordPress platform. 2 main types of WordPress exist. WordPress.com is a blog hosting provider, and WordPress.org is the well-known, self-hosted WordPress platform. The actual WordPress, as it is affectionately known as WordPress.org, is a well-liked website platform. Anyone can use it because it is open source and completely free. A domain name and site hosting are all you need. As a result, it is also known as self-hosted WordPress. Automatic, the firm founded by Matt Mullenweg, is behind WordPress.com, a web hosting service. WordPress.com is sometimes mistaken for the popular WordPress.org because they have the same founder. Starting with a self-hosted version of WordPress.org is the best way to get all the functionality you need out of the box. Before you begin developing a website, you should be aware of the differences and relationships between the two. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, remember to help us to like and share. If you have yet to subscribe to our channel, remember to click on the subscribe button. And most importantly, hit on the bell icon, so that you will be able to receive notification when we launch a new video. See you in the next video.